The founding of the United States began with a desire for freedom. Before Europeans arrived, Native Americans lived across the land. They had rich cultures and strong communities. In Europe, kings ruled with great power. Ordinary people had limited rights. Many dreamed of a better future. The New World became a symbol of hope. Explorers crossed the Atlantic Ocean. Their journeys opened new paths. England decided to settle in North America. Jamestown was founded in 1607. It was the first permanent English colony. Life there was dangerous and harsh. Hunger and disease were common. Many settlers lost their lives. Despite this, colonies continued to grow. Families built farms and towns. Trade helped colonies survive. 13 colonies formed along the coast. A new colonial society emerged. Britain ruled the colonies from far away. Laws were made without colonial consent. Taxes increased after costly wars. Colonists felt exploited and ignored. Protests spread across the colonies. Public meetings demanded justice. Newspapers spread revolutionary ideas. British soldiers were sent to enforce control. Tension filled the streets. Trust between Britain and the colonies faded. The Boston Massacre occurred in 1770. Colonists were killed by British soldiers. Anger spread quickly. The Boston Tea Party followed in 1773. Colonists destroyed British tea. It was an act of defiance. Britain responded with harsh punishment. Colonial freedoms were restricted. Colonies began to unite. The idea of independence strengthened. Fighting began in 1775. Colonial militias faced British troops. The Continental Army was formed. George Washington became its leader. He led with discipline and patience. Soldiers lacked supplies. Winter camps were brutal. Still, the army survived. Hope kept the cause alive. Freedom was worth the sacrifice. In 1776, independence was declared. Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration. It spoke of equality and natural rights. It challenged British authority. July 4th became a historic day. The war continued fiercely. Many lives were lost. France supported the American cause. This alliance changed the war. American confidence grew. The final battle came at Yorktown. British forces surrendered. Major fighting ended. Independence was secured. Britain recognized the new nation. The United States of America was born. A new government was needed. Early systems proved weak. Leaders met to find solutions. A stronger union was planned. The Constitution was written. It divided power carefully. 3 branches of government were created. Individual rights were protected. The Bill of Rights was added. Democracy became the foundation. George Washington became the first president. His leadership set an example. The nation began to expand. New states joined the Union. Immigration shaped American society. Different cultures mixed together. Challenges tested national unity. Freedom was not perfect. Equality took time to grow. Progress came through struggle. Industry and education expanded. America gained global influence. Its ideals inspired the world. Liberty remained the nation's heart. The founding was a long journey. It required courage and sacrifice. Many gave their lives for freedom. Mistakes were made and lessons learned. The founding fathers left a lasting vision. That vision still guides the nation. Democracy continues to evolve. Citizens protect their freedoms. Hope defines the American spirit. This is another story of the founding of the United States. The United States was shaped by courage and ideas. Long before independence, Native Americans lived across the land. They formed nations with deep spiritual traditions. Europe, meanwhile, was dominated by monarchs. Power belonged to kings, not the people. Many suffered under unfair laws. Freedom became a distant dream. The New World offered a new chance. Ships crossed the Atlantic with hope. New lives began on unfamiliar shores. England established colonies in North America. Jamestown was founded in 1607. Survival was difficult and uncertain. Disease and famine were common. Many settlers perished. Those who survived built communities. Farms and towns slowly expanded. Trade helped colonies grow. 13 colonies formed along the coast. A shared identity began to develop. Britain controlled colonial trade and laws. Taxes were imposed without consent. Colonists felt their rights were denied. Anger spread among the people. Public meetings demanded justice. Writers argued for liberty. British soldiers arrived to enforce order. Streets filled with tension. Trust in British rule weakened. Resistance movements emerged. In 1770, the Boston Massacre occurred. Several colonists were killed. The incident shocked the colonies. Protests intensified. In 1773, the Boston Tea Party took place. Tea was dumped into the harbor. It symbolized open rebellion. Britain answered with harsh laws. Colonial freedoms were restricted. Unity among colonies increased. Armed conflict began in 1775. The Revolutionary War had started. The Continental Army was formed. George Washington became commander. He brought discipline and hope. Soldiers faced hunger and cold. Supplies were scarce. Determination kept them fighting. The cause of freedom united them. Sacrifice became unavoidable. In 1776, leaders chose independence. Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration. It declared natural rights. It demanded equality and liberty. July 4th became a historic day. The world took notice. The war continued with great losses. France joined as an ally. Foreign support strengthened the cause. American morale improved. The decisive battle occurred at Yorktown. British forces surrendered. Major fighting ended. Victories secured independence. Britain recognized the new nation. The United States was born. Independence brought new challenges. A weak government struggled. Leaders sought a better system. A constitutional convention was held. The Constitution was written. Power was divided among branches. Checks and balances were created. Individual freedoms were protected. The Bill of Rights was added. Democracy became the foundation. George Washington became president. His leadership set lasting standards. The nation expanded westward. New states joined the Union. Immigration reshaped society. Different cultures blended together. The nation faced internal conflicts. Freedom was imperfect. Equality required long struggle. Progress came step by step. Education and industry grew. America gained global influence. Its ideals inspired others. Liberty remained central. The founding was not a single moment. It was a long journey. Courage shaped the nation. Sacrifice made freedom possible. The founding fathers left a vision. That vision still guides America. Democracy continues to evolve. Citizens protect their rights. Hope defines the nation. This is another story of the founding of the United States.